So it's an interesting one, Jay, and he talks about mistakes, allowing your children to make mistakes. Like, where do you stand with where this story is at? Because it's literally all over the world. Everyone is talking about it.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done it. Brooklyn shouldn't have done it. I mean, obviously he's got what he has what he wants to say. He should have said it in private to his parents, maybe written a letter but, you know, one of his points is he's grown up all his life on social media. His whole life has played out a bit like the Truman Show. So maybe that's his way of communicating. For him, it's like if it's not on social media, it doesn't exist kind of thing. So I get that if he wanted to put out a statement, but I think what he should have done is, like, written everything down in anger, let it stew for 3 days, and then go back and go, OK, I can still make these points, but take out the nastiness. And I think the stuff about his mum in particular, the kind of, you know, she, you know, did this inappropriate dance on me. She wouldn't help my wife save injured dogs or something from the LA fires. My family's love is decided by how much you post on social media. Those are very wounding statements, and they are now out there forever. And, you know, whatever you think of the Beckhams or Victoria is being humiliated on a global... I mean, everyone's laughing. Oh, here's Victoria at the wedding, jokey memes. We're all having a laugh about it. But imagine if that was you and it was your child that had put you in that situation. And I just think it's very, very sad and very wrong.
You know what? I think maybe, you know, maybe on hindsight, after it had gone out and he saw how much chaos it caused, maybe then he thought, shouldn't have reacted. But I kind of get why he did. This has been going on for months and months and months about speculation of why they fell out. And, you know, oh, Brooklyn's not been a great son and Brooklyn should have been at his dad's whatever, you know, and Brooklyn should forgive this. And I understand from that point of view that all of a sudden you go, I want to tell my truth. And yes, he could have told his truth in private, but the whole thing's been played out in the press. He wants the whole world to go, this is from my angle and this is what, in my opinion, happened.
Could he not have told his truth without the nastiness?
Probably not, because he's done it in anger. And maybe to him it wasn't... You know, if that's his truth, then he's thinking, well, she was nasty enough to do it. I don't know. I just think it's really... I get why he did it. Yeah.
I think... I agree with both of what you're saying in different ways. You know, the Beckham brand has been started since Spice Girls, and they were putting... You know, there was all this press media, Spice Girls, posh Spice with a famous footballer, and the brand is so big, I think that by them pushing their child on... You know, we saw her belly before we even saw him. It's like you kind of open up yourself to get kind of feedback back. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I don't think that everything should be aired, but he's been aired since day one. So he's probably in a battle of, well, will they believe? Because the Beckham brand is so big, this is the only way that I can actually get my story out where people will listen, because that's where the masses are.
Well, I feel it would have more validity if he was living a really quiet life on a ranch in America and not wanting... But he has 16 million Instagram followers. That's how he earns his living. He's living this life which is based on having been part of Brand Beckham. Now, right or wrongly, you know, that his life was put out there.
Without his approval.
He is still benefiting from it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, but I don't think he's talking against that. I think he's talking about why he's fallen out with his parents and what people are saying.
Untruths is what he's...
In his
what we're
mind,
being...
untruths.
It was certainly, like you say, very pointed and directed towards his
mother.
mum, particularly. So, I mean, it's just... It was almost... It's kind of almost painful to read it, isn't it? Because it's him retaliating for whatever his
Imagine if it was
are.
one of your kids saying it about you, you know?
Well, this is it. But I saw it on the news last night. It was a family lawyer who clearly has dealt with lots of different family dynamics and situations. And it sounds like such a simple thing to say, but of course we all know it's not sometimes. The power of saying sorry. And saying it when you really mean it. And there's certain ways of saying sorry. We understand that, and you've got to follow through on that. Do you think you can see a place where saying sorry within this family will help heal the rift?
Yeah, I do, actually. You know, it's been well highlighted about, you know, me and my sisters back in the day falling out, me and two of my sisters falling out. And, you know, we fell out for like a good 2 or 3 years.
And this was sort of no contact stuff?
No, it was no contact. And we both had our own truths. They had their version of why, and I had my version of why. And in the end, it took something sad, like Bernie passing away. But we kind of said sorry that we hadn't spoken, but then we didn't say sorry because I thought I was wrong. And I didn't expect them to say sorry because you were wrong, because we both thought we were right. But it was sorry, it came to this, now let's move on. And just never go there again. Yeah. Because we're never going to agree on that.
That was part of the sorry.
That was part of the sorry.
Almost,
but I've also known people who say sorry on a daily basis, and it winds me right up.
Is that me? You're looking at me.
Yes. No, it's not. But you know when people are really rude and really nasty, and then they go 10 minutes later, I'm so sorry I spoke to you like that. And you go, oh, that's nice, I've said sorry. And then 20 minutes later, they come back and speak to you in the same way. And I've had to say to people, no, you're not sorry, because sorry means I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
Well, sorry has to mean something, right? Otherwise, it's absolutely
just
pointless.
get you out of jail card.
That thing that you've just said, it's like, stop saying sorry, just don't do the behaviour in the first place, and you don't have to keep saying sorry, you know? But I think with this, you know, maybe there'll be... So, I mean, will the Beckhams forgive Brooklyn 100%? He's their child. I think we would all forgive.
Yeah.
Will they trust is another matter, because it's again like the William-Harry situation, I think, that when you've put family dirty laundry, if you like, out for public, then every time you come back into the inner family circle, you'll be thinking, OK, is this conversation going to end up...
on social media?
In a statement or in a book or in a documentary. So it will make you a lot more cautious.
But, I mean, as mums, can you ever imagine not forgiving your child no matter what they did to you?
No, I'd always forgive my child. I know that my love for my children is greater than anything. It's greater than other people's opinion of me, or, you know, I might, if it was something terrible, say I'm really disappointed in you. I might not agree with certain things, but I just know the love of how I feel about my kids. I'd always find a way to forgive them. I couldn't imagine now this happening to me, because it would break my heart.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Exactly what you said. It's you know, obviously, if it's something like murder or something like that, that's totally different. But something for this scenario, for example, if they've said something about me, I would firstly have try and have that conversation to find out what was behind it. You know, you've always got to try and reach to prevention is better than cure, and why did that happen in the first place? And if it was something that I've done, then I'm sorry. I have no problems in saying I'm sorry, or you know, if they've done something and they can come back and say sorry, then we can work out, OK, I forgive you for that. But
I just think the whole thing, they've got money, they should have gone to one of those places in the middle of the Arizona desert, those big sort of like family therapy places, and just thrashed it out over the space of a month and, you know, got it out their system privately.
Yeah, there's a lot of big personalities and big egos here, isn't there? And then you throw in a massive
big
social media following and a huge brand,
on
everything
both
else.
sides.
It's an incredible situation to be in. So we did reach out, of course, to both parties. No response. Wasn't
What a
exactly
surprise.
expecting any, if I'm being honest. But we did the right thing, and undoubtedly it is only a matter of time before we hear from David and Victoria in some shape or form. But that will be the next discussion, clearly. Interesting times.